Greetings and welcome to the Digital Banker Newsroom. I am your host, Mobashir Kazmi, Head of Research at the Digital Banker. And today we have with us Gourav Kundu, who is Head of Digital Growth, Citi Wealth Asia South. And joining him is Venkat Mahadevan, who is Head of Retail Bank and Wealth Management at Citi UAE. Gourav and Venkat, it is a pleasure to have you both here with us on the newsroom. Firstly, many congratulations to you and the team on winning the Best Digital Banking Initiative under our MEA Retail Banking Innovation Awards 2024 program. With that said, Venkat, taking a closer look at the Best Digital Banking Initiative, can you please tell us a bit about this new feature and what makes it so unique?
First of all, Mubashir, I really would like to thank Digital Banker for hosting us. It's an absolute pleasure for me to be here along with Gourav. And thank you for the congratulations as well. We are very, very proud of this achievement. I think one thing that I would like to say is the way that we look at this particular feature. It's not an app for us. We are primarily in the business of wealth management and of delivering the entire proposition to our client. So therefore, when we first came up and we conceptualized this, we were very clear that it had to be therefore a part of that overall ecosystem of delivery of wealth management to our clients. So that's the way that we started looking at it. Therefore, what was important for us is, of course, the ability to buy and sell and transact in the app. But more importantly, also the fact that our clients would be looking to make some informed judgment in terms of what to transact, what to buy and sell. Therefore, the information that goes in the back end. And in the present day world, there are a whole lot of requirements which are actually expected of a client as well to make sure that they are able to comply with all applicable regulations. And of course, at the end of it, it has to have the ease and convenience of operation, because our clientele there are two kinds. There are some people that are highly experienced and they know exactly what to do in a digital app, but there are others that, as much as they do know investments, may be new to interacting with us digitally. So we had to make sure that it was convenient for both types of clients. And of course, as I said earlier, this is very much a part of the overall ecosystem. So it's not a standalone app. So it's fully integrated into that ecosystem. Therefore, everyone across Citi, across the business, is actually able to help the client in terms of servicing anything that may come up with regard to whether it's to do with clarifying as to how to use the app or maybe specific elements of it, or taking on from there in case there are some further needs that need to be addressed.
Thank you for that, Venkat. And as a follow-up, how have your customers responded?
Our customers have responded very, very positively. In fact, so much so that this is encouraging for us. Like I said, it was backward and forward integrated. So we look at this as a platform that can only be enhanced further. So for instance, let me quote some statistics for you. We've seen that the sales activity volume, the volume of transactions through the mobile app on the capabilities that we provide there, they've gone up by about 102%. If you look at the average value of each transaction, that has gone up by about 95% if you compare the period after the launch versus the period before the launch. If you look at the revenue that we are now generating as a wealth management business through the mobile platform, that revenue has gone up by about 150%. But most importantly, I think all of this comes through to us in terms of a customer satisfaction survey that we run on a regular basis, which is the Net Promoter Score. And we've seen record highs as far as the NPS scores are concerned on the digital app itself. So I wanted to touch upon some of the specifics of the app itself. As much as I said, it was part of the overall ecosystem. So first of all, of course, it has the capability for a client to transact across equities, across mutual funds, across foreign exchange. And therefore, it's all-encompassing. It's across the full spectrum of products that we actually would like to bring to the client. Built into this are features that clients would expect from us, which is to be able to place a limit order, to be able to buy against a sale transaction that they've conducted, and so on and so forth. The ability to actually submit all kinds of regulatory documents that are that are required. So in these days, that would be a CRS, FATCA related document. It would be a WA BEN, and so on and so forth. Of course, clients are looking for information, as I said earlier. So built into this is history. If they are looking at how exactly a stock has done in the past few months or past few years, that information is available at the click of a button. They would have access to fact sheets, and similarly on the foreign exchange side as well. So it's a very comprehensive app that takes care of all of these requirements and specific needs of the clientele that we cater to as a target segment would be looking at. And of course, all of this is the entire onboarding process is digital. It's completely paperless, including account opening as well as submission of all the regulatory documents, and everything is completely paperless. It's fully digital.
Fascinating indeed, Venkat. And what are some of the other benefits that customers can expect with a wealth account at Citi?
So our target client is what we call Citi Gold and Citi Gold Private Client. And Citi Gold is someone that has more than $200,000 of relationship with us across the entire spectrum of products. And a Citi Gold Private Client is someone that has $1 million or more with us. Obviously, there are some benefits and privileges that come along with being a premium client of Citi, because these are premium clients as much as they are our primary target market. But the primary proposition of this is that in a world where products are actually commoditized, access to products is not really the issue. It is about how that is delivered to a client as part of the overall advisory proposition, which means that our framework is about starting off with first identifying the specific needs of a client, specific risk profile, what are their long-term goals. And then we have the advantage of being a global bank, and therefore we have access to a significant range of products that come to us from the various global hubs that we have. We have the benefit of information and research that comes to us. So all of this is packaged into actually advising that client for that client specific needs and situations and goals that the client has. And then, of course, making sure that all of this is delivered and monitored, because it doesn't end with that particular sale. It is a long-term relationship, and it requires monitoring. It requires making sure that it is in line with the chief information officer's view. We have a CIO view that comes to us in terms of how the client's assets have to be allocated across the various asset classes. So it's about making sure that we are in touch with the client and through the entire relationship. So the primary person in this relationship is, of course, the relationship manager. And these are relationship managers that are highly experienced, highly trained. In addition to the regulatory certifications that they have to go through before they even start advising a client, they go through a whole slew of internal training programs that we believe is important, in addition to what is required by regulation for them to advise the clientele that we target. And then there is a process for continuous professional development as well. So these are the people that are the primary architects of the relationship, that are the primary advisors, but they are ably supported by specialists that also interact with the client along with the relationship manager. So we have specialists for investments, we have foreign exchange specialists, we have insurance specialists, and so on. And then to complete the relationship, of course, the relationship managers are supported by Citi Gold and Citi Gold Private Client Service staff, who provide the benefit of relationship manager support, as well as being the additional framework of service that is delivered to the clients. So I would summarize this by saying that it is actually about the overall process, the quality of the advisory framework, the quality of the delivery, and the quality of the hand-holding as the client goes through being a client with us. The other very, very unique proposition that we bring to our clients specifically from the UAE is the fact that a client is allowed to have a banking relationship across multiple booking centers. So we allow a client to have a relationship in the UAE, but at the same time to have that relationship in Singapore as well. And the unique factor of this is that the entire relationship across the UAE and Singapore is actually managed by a relationship manager and all the specialists that I talked about that are based here in the UAE. So it's a single point of contact, but with multiple booking centers.
Fascinating. Thank you for that, Venkat. And Gaurav, following up on this, you're obviously a 200-year-old bank, and that has been in the UAE for 60 years. So how important is digitization for you? And do you believe that you're keeping up with the latest fintech or digital-only banks in the region?
It's a fascinating question. Thanks for asking us. Uh, Look, I think to begin with, Citi has always been at the forefront of innovation, right? And that's sort of been how we look at digitization as any other lever. Uh, we are a 200-year plus young firm, as we call it. And the other part to it is we sort of believe in bringing the best of global locally to our clients. So we sort of look at digital as a key enabler, as Venkat said, to ensuring that the client experience is the best. And the mobile app, as you may, is sort of the ubiquitous branch that stands in between and services all our clients throughout the day whenever they need us. So to that extent, extremely committed to the idea of digitization is something that gets through. And more than that, I think I would want to share Citi overall has been doing a lot of activities to ensure that we integrate seamlessly to the fintechs of the world, if you may. We have our own API portal. We sort of work with developers. You would hear that across the board. That activities continue. But I think at the heart of it, right, at Citi, we sort of pride in ourselves in looking at progress, looking at development, and being up to speed with what's best for the client. So it's going to continue. We are going to sort of look at the world with a clear lens and try and ensure that digitization stays at the forefront, both globally and more so for our clients in the UAE.
Cool. Gourav and Venkat, thank you both for those terrific insights. We really appreciate your time today and for sharing Citi's perspectives with us here on the newsroom. To those watching, stay tuned for some more great content coming your way through the Digital Banker newsroom. Thank you once again, Gourav and Venkat.
Thank you, Mubashir.
Pleasure. Thank you.